What is the one thing everyone seems to be chasing but can't seem to grasp fully? You guessed it right, it's happiness. This elusive concept, this intangible feeling, it's the holy grail of human existence, isn't it? We all want it. We all yearn for it, and yet it seems to slip right through our fingers like sand. The pursuit of happiness is as universal as our need for air. It's a quest that transcends borders, cultures, and languages. From the bustling streets of New York to the tranquil temples of Kyoto, everyone is in search of this elusive state of bliss. Happiness, you see, is the common language of humanity. But what does happiness really mean? Is it a destination or a journey? Is it a state of mind or a series of fleeting moments? The answer, my friends, is as varied as we are. To some, happiness may be a warm hug from a loved one. To others, it might be the thrill of scaling a mountain peak. Yet, in this diverse world of ours, there's one common misconception that seems to pervade our understanding of happiness: the notion that happiness equates to material wealth. We live in a world where success is often measured by the size of our bank accounts and the number of worldly possessions we own. But let me ask you this: have you ever met a rich person who's truly, deeply happy? Wealth can buy comfort, sure. It can buy experiences, it can buy time. But can it buy those moments of pure, unadulterated joy? Can it buy the warmth of a loved one's smile, the sound of a child's laughter, the peace that comes from a quiet moment alone? So if wealth and possessions aren't the key to happiness, what is? Well, stick around, because we're about to delve into the heart of what happiness truly means and how you can cultivate it in your own life. Science has something to say about where true happiness comes from. With an increasing interest in human well-being, researchers have taken to studying the art of happiness, and their findings might surprise you. Let's start with relationships. Studies have consistently shown that strong social connections are a key to happiness. Researchers at Harvard's study of adult development have been following the lives of hundreds of individuals for over 80 years. Their conclusion? Good relationships are not just good for our mental health, but they also have a significant impact on our overall happiness. Next, meaningful work. Many of us spend a substantial part of our lives working, so it's no surprise that job satisfaction plays a crucial role in our sense of happiness. Studies have shown that it's not so much the salary or the job title that matters, but rather the sense of purpose and fulfillment we derive from our work. In essence, it's about doing something that aligns with our passions and values. Now let's talk about personal growth. Happiness, it seems, is not a static state, but a dynamic process. Research has shown that the pursuit of personal goals and growth contributes significantly to our happiness. We find joy in learning new things, overcoming challenges, and realizing our potential. Consider this too: experiences over possessions. A series of studies found that people who spent money on experiences rather than material goods were happier and felt the money was better spent. The thrill of purchasing things fades quickly, but the joy and memories from experiences can last a lifetime. It's evident that the science of happiness is complex, multifaceted, and deeply personal. Happiness isn't something that can be bought or achieved overnight. It's a lifetime's worth of moments, relationships, personal growth, and meaningful experiences that together weave the fabric of our happiness. So it appears that happiness is more about the journey than the destination. True happiness, then, isn't about reaching a final destination, but about enjoying the ride and cherishing the moments along the way. We've been fed many myths about what it takes to be truly happy. It's high time we debunk these misconceptions, which often lead us astray on our quest for genuine joy. First off, a widespread myth: happiness is a destination. We often hear people say, "I'll be happy when I get that promotion," or "I'll be happy when I lose those last 10 pounds." But happiness isn't a finish line to be crossed. It's a continual process, an everyday choice. The danger in viewing happiness as a destination is that we delay our joy, always waiting for that next milestone to make us happy. Another common myth is the belief that happiness is dependent on success. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that happiness comes from achieving a certain level of success, whether it's wealth, fame, or power. But the truth is, these external factors don't guarantee happiness. In fact, they often bring additional stress and pressures. Happiness isn't about what we have, but rather how we perceive what we have. Perhaps the most dangerous myth about happiness is that it's something that can be bought. Sure, money can buy comfort and convenience, but it can't buy joy, contentment, or fulfillment. These are things that come from within, not from a fancy car or a big house. Finally, let's debunk the myth that happiness is a constant state of euphoria. It's unrealistic and unhealthy to expect to feel high levels of joy all the time. Life has its ups and downs, and it's okay to feel a range of emotions. Real happiness includes accepting and experiencing all emotions, not just the positive ones. In conclusion, happiness is not a destination, not dependent on success, can't be bought, and is not a constant state of euphoria. By debunking these myths, we open ourselves up to a more authentic and fulfilling pursuit of joy. Now that we've debunked these myths, let's look at some practical ways to increase happiness. Scene script. Ready to boost your happiness levels? Here are some tips backed by science. First off, let's talk about gratitude. It's not just about saying thank you to the barista who hands you your coffee every morning. It's about acknowledging the good in your life and recognizing that much of this good comes from outside of you. From the air we breathe to the love we receive, there's so much to be thankful for. When you practice gratitude, you're essentially training your mind to focus on the positive aspects of life, which can lead to a greater sense of well-being. Next up, positive relationships. You've probably heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Well, it's not far from the truth. The people we surround ourselves with can greatly influence our mood and outlook on life. So make it a point to cultivate relationships that inspire you, challenge you, and make you feel good about yourself. Remember, it's quality over quantity. Then, there's the idea of investing in experiences rather than things. Sure, buying a new gadget or outfit can give you a temporary high, but it's the experiences, the road trips, the concerts, the cooking classes, that truly enrich our lives. They provide us with memories to look back on, stories to share, and a greater sense of connection with the world around us. Lastly, let's not forget the importance of self-care. This can mean different things to different people. For some, it's about getting enough sleep or eating healthy. For others, it's about practicing mindfulness or engaging in a hobby they love. Whatever it is, make sure to carve out some me time in your schedule. It's not selfish, it's essential for your well-being. But remember, it's not about a quick fix. It's about making a long-term commitment to these practices. Because at the end of the day, happiness is not a destination but a journey that's unique to each and every one of us. So embark on yours with an open heart and an open mind. So, what's the secret to happiness? It's a question as old as time and one with as many answers as there are stars in the sky. But if there's one thing we've learned throughout this discussion, it's that happiness isn't a destination to reach. It's not a prize at the end of a long and arduous journey. No, my friends, happiness is the journey itself. Remember, happiness doesn't come from the accumulation of wealth or the chase for success. It doesn't come from the approval of others or the attainment of some lofty goal. These are myths we've debunked. Happiness is deeply personal, an inside job. It's a feeling of contentment that comes from within, not an external state to be achieved. At the heart of happiness, we find meaningful relationships, the bonds we form with others, the love we share, the kindness we give and receive. These are the stuff of happiness. They provide a sense of belonging, a feeling of being seen and understood. They make us feel valued and appreciated, and give our lives purpose and direction. Personal growth, too, plays a crucial role in our happiness. The pursuit of knowledge, the cultivation of skills, the overcoming of challenges, these are not just means to an end. They are ends in themselves, sources of satisfaction and joy. They make us feel alive, engaged, capable. They give us a sense of progress, of moving forward, of becoming better versions of ourselves. And let's not forget the practice of gratitude. Counting our blessings, appreciating what we have, acknowledging the good in our lives. These simple acts have a profound impact on our happiness. They shift our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, from what's wrong to what's right. They remind us that happiness is not about having everything we want, but wanting everything we have. Happiness, as it turns out, isn't something you find, it's something you build one day at a time. It's a journey, a process, a lifelong endeavor. It's a path we choose to walk, not a point we aim to reach. And the beauty of it all? We have the power to shape this journey, to make it as fulfilling, as meaningful, as joyful as we want it to be.